The music was still playing when I noticed my mother's hands. They were folded too tightly in her lap. Knuckles pale. Veins swollen, the way they used to look when she counted money at the kitchen table, deciding which bill could wait another month. I was standing at the altar, smiling on command. My fiancée's aunt leaned toward another woman in the front row. Didn't bother lowering her voice enough. "She doesn't belong here." A soft laugh followed. Then another. It moved through the room like a private joke. Silk dresses. Gold jewelry. People who never learned how to whisper without cruelty. I looked at my mother. She didn't look back at me. She stared straight ahead, chin lifted, eyes glossy but disciplined. The same discipline she had when my father left. When she sold her wedding bangles to pay my school fees. When she learned silence could be armor. The priest cleared his throat. The music swelled again, trying to cover what had already landed. Inside my chest, something adjusted its weight. Not shattered. Not angry. Aligned. I realized, very calmly, that this ceremony was already over. They just didn't know it yet. I had known they disliked her. That was never subtle. They called it concern. They said it was about backgrounds and standards. They smiled while they spoke, which made it worse. My fiancé learned that smile from them. The one that pretends kindness while sharpening the knife. In private, she would say things like, "They just worry you'll feel out of place." Out of place. As if I hadn't grown up exactly where I was supposed to. As if my mother hadn't built me with her bare hands and unpaid sacrifices. But today was different. Today they laughed. Publicly. Deliberately. I watched my fiancée out of the corner of my eye. She didn't turn toward her aunt. Didn't correct her. Didn't look embarrassed. She adjusted her veil instead. That told me everything I had been refusing to hear for months. This wasn't ignorance. It was alignment. Every small comment. Every joke. Every time she asked me to keep my mother away from family dinners because it was less complicated. I had called it compromise. Standing there, I finally named it correctly. Preparation. The priest asked me if I took this woman to be my wife. I didn't answer. The room shifted. A few coughs. Nervous smiles. In that pause, my mind ran faster than it ever had. I remembered the documents I'd found weeks ago. The prenuptial agreement her father's lawyer helpfully sent me, already signed on their end. Clauses about inheritance. Clauses about family reputation. A section quietly limiting my mother's presence at future events tied to their business. I remembered how my fiancée brushed it off. It's just paperwork. I remembered the phone call I overheard late one night. Her mother saying, "He'll understand. He's practical." Practical. They mistook restraint for obedience. I looked again at my mother. She finally met my eyes then. Just for a second. No plea. No fear. Trust. I exhaled slowly. Then I stepped away from the altar. Gasps rippled through the room. I turned, not toward my fiancée, but toward her family. "I want to thank you," I said. My voice surprised even me. Steady. Measured. For being honest today. Confusion replaced amusement. I gestured toward my mother. She raised me alone. "Without your money. Without your approval. Without your permission." I reached into my jacket and pulled out a folded document. Held it up, but didn't hand it over. "The agreement you prepared," I continued, "made one thing very clear." I looked directly at my fiancée now. This marriage wasn't about love. It was about containment. Her face drained of color. I didn't wait for denial. I won't marry into a family that believes dignity is inherited. Silence fell hard, dense, heavy. The priest stepped back. So did I. My fiancée whispered my name. It cracked. It was the first real sound she'd made all day. I shook my head once. No, I said quietly. You were right earlier. Her eyes widened. I do understand. I walked down the aisle alone. Every step felt deliberate, earned. When I reached my mother, I offered her my arm. She hesitated, just for a breath, then took it. Behind us, voices erupted. Damage control, outrage, accusations dressed as concern. I didn't turn back. At the doors, I paused, looked over my shoulder. Keep the wedding gifts, I said. You'll need them to explain this story your own way. Then I left. Outside, the air felt cleaner. My mother squeezed my arm. Not hard, not soft, proud. We walked past the flowers, the photographers, the life I was supposed to want. I felt lighter, not relieved, unburdened. Some losses are payments. Some are refunds. I didn't lose a wife that day. I returned something that never belonged to me. And I never looked back.